All right. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. This channel's for educational purposes. And we take a peek at some things that you might not know anything about because they've been suppressed. But these are important items that could change your life in terms of your pursuit of mental, spiritual, and physical health and balance, well-being, and this is a segment that we have called the Q-tip of the spear, where we look at the info war that's going on now, between the globalists and the sovereign, individual, freedom-minded patriots, and take a look at some of the tip of the spear podcasters who cover the cutting edge of the info war. And I just get the feeling that this movement is I would just say cavalier. I don't think that people in this movement recognize the importance of like what's going on. At the totality of the situation. Um, this is not kind of business as usual, and I think a lot of people are pretending like it is, um, quibbling over stuff like I don't know. There's some new movie out, and it goes down the DEI track, um, and people are getting mad about that. It's like, what do you expect? you know, and like, why do you care? I mean, yeah, this is kind of a cultural war, but we're not going backwards, we're going forwards. Who cares what these people are doing right now? It's where we're headed. And where we're headed, the people that are doing this are not going to be there. Um, or if they are, they're not going to have any influence. And so don't worry about, why are you even watching these movies? Eh, Don't, isn't this enough for you? I mean, okay, if you want to watch them, but why are you talking about them? Um, because there's a lot of stuff to do right now. We basically won this war, but uh, it's not time to eat popcorn. It's time to buckle down and um, increase our red pillage. Every one of us is going to face a test where, you know, the truths that we hold are going to be scrutinized, for how accurate they are. And I think people are not recognizing that um, these psyops and these misinfo campaigns and so on, these false flags and everything, they um, they've existed forever. And so everything that you have grown up believing in and cherishing, having emotional connections with, feeling good about, these things are all psyops. It's not just in the 20th century and the 21st century. It goes all the way back. And, you know, um, I just think that the movement is is being utterly naive about this. That they, I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but just a great amount of people in the movement are talking about this like it's, oh, like we're going to win this and it's going to go back. We're going back to business as usual, but business as usual before, um, 100 years ago or, 115 years ago or whatever. No, we're going forwards. And so we're not going back to this, you know, um, nostalgia of, when people used to work hard and they were honest and this is not, these are just myths that you've been handed. There was never a time like that. Never ever. Not before Noah, not since Noah. And, you know, this is this is just one myth piled on top of a psyop, piled on top of a hoax, piled on top of a spectacle. There's nothing to grab onto that is a stable thing. And to think that there is, or really the movement really assumes that there is, and that thing is your religion, your holy books. You feel like this is some type of oasis in the desert, a place of stability in this chaos. There's no stability there. It's a psyop, just like everything else. The New Testament of the Bible was written by the Romans. Christianity is a myth, just like everything else is. It was a psychological operation by the Romans against the Jews. There's ample evidence for it if you just pay attention to it. My channel has hundreds of videos on this subject. Um, and uh, this is the Achilles heel of the patriot movement because the patriots um, will not scrutinize this. Uh, there is an inherent belief within the movement that the Bible's on the up and up, or it's not to be questioned, or it's um, you know uh, written by the good guys. And the 17th letter and the commander in chief have kind of been pandering to you and trying to uh, lead you on along those lines. But I can guarantee you that they know better, and they know that they're waiting for you to call them out on it. They're waiting for you to wake up to it. And the game is on when we answer the challenge to this. When we answer the challenge to this, we open up our opportunity to gain real victory. If we don't, we're just in like level 2 of the matrix, or maybe level 3 of the matrix. We've gotten out of the deepest hole, but we're still in a more all-encompassing and subtle um, level of the matrix, as long as we believe in what our holy books are saying. So, um, I just think that this is a reckoning for the truther community right now, that we really have to wake up. Um, who gives a crap about what Hollywood is doing, and who cares about these molehills of whether Western culture is being portrayed properly, on Netflix or something? I mean, um, if that's your guilty pleasure and you want to watch that stuff, during your time off or whatever, go ahead. But why bring it to the rest? It's just it's just silliness. There's so much else to do um, that is real, that is stuff that really needs to be done. All right, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and share this out with people that you think that might be guilty of what I'm just talking about. And we'll see you next time on the Q-tip of the spear. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a great day.